got One Man Band back from his vacation.
Yeah, buddy. Feeling good.
Yes. And our sound effect guy is back. Phil, that was a cue.
Yeah, he's back.
There we go. Woo! And to top it all
He's
off,
having issues back there. I'm seeing him.
Okay, all right. It's fine. Hawaii took a toll on him. Cool. But here's the big news. Guys. I am now in double digits on the scoreboard.
Oh boy.
Oh man, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Dun 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 dun.
Oh boy.
Welcome to TFSPOD. Otherwise known as a huge show podcast. There it is. Oh. All I can do is laugh if not I'm cursing everything out and breaking everything in a heated rage. But anyway, TFSPOD also is a few show podcast. This 24/7 Lou, and that's
Ric-Hard saying, Ty Dillinger, eat your heart out because I'm at a perfect 10.
oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
And that's
The One Man Band, and I am back, baby. Back and ready for vengeance.
oh yeah, folks. So folks, let me tell you something. You listen to the podcast of wrestling super fans who like to slap each other with facts, opinions, and predictions. Also, the home a special shout out for.
Oh, that's right. We've got a shout out because this is the number one podcast listened to by adult film stars. And we have a shout out for Lisa Lips.
I love it. You guys are so great.
There we go. Of course you do.
Yes, folks, in this episode, we're doing a recap of Money in the Bank and a little bit more of whatever has gone afterwards, after Money in the Bank, and our take on what's going on with that, all that stuff. But here we go. The One Man Band. Give us that line that I don't love, but some people do.
Man, it's been a while. Ric-Hard, get that scoreboard.
All right. And yes, One Man Band, it has been a while because you have not seen the new format for the scoreboard. So, without further ado, let's get into the standings. There you go, Lou. Look at that race. It's not accurate as to where everybody's position in the race is. I'm a lot closer to you now, but don't worry. All right, but before we do that,
I think it's accurate.
Folks, Lou, calm down. Let the professionals cover the scoreboard here, and let's get started by paying our dues to the people who help keep the lights on. This scoreboard is brought to you by America, land of the free, home of the brave. Happy belated birthday, USA! Folks,
Yes.
get yourself a flag today and love it just like I do. That said, to the standings, we've got in first place with now 12 points. 24/7 Lou. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
amazing how you can get a point by copying me, Lou.
Whoa.
Now, either way, the fact that you got a point also means that I got a point, which means your lead is unaffected. However, I am now at 10 points.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's getting very hot in this room.
Is it? Should be,
And
because
we're
right
pants.
behind me with 8 points. We've got the one-man bands.
Sworn I had 9, but all right.
Yeah, it's 8.
Awesome.
It's 8. We were tied. I broke out with 9. We can recap that just to be sure.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
We'll cough that up to the vacation.
No,
All right.
well,
All right.
I know what my Ben was doing. He was doing the technique of mailing in his picks, and that usually gets him a point, but it almost worked. Halfway.
No,
It had mixed results.
that last one was terrible.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. We'll get to that in a few minutes.
Break into it. We'll get into the specifics here. Let's cover the rest of the scoreboard here, because behind you at 6 points, main event Jeff.
Woo.
Good hustle. And hey, Lou, that's not the sound effect. What the heck?
Oh,
Awesome.
but that's also what I meant. So
Okay, yeah, there we go. That's better. That said, we now have, behind main event Jeff, a tie for 5th place, because we also had, alongside me and Lou, another winner. And who was it? Let's find out. First off, we've got the randomizer at 2 points. That's the first person, still at 2 points. They didn't get a point. They're pretty bad. And then behind the randomizer, now tied with him, Big Al, who got another point at Money in the Bank.
Awesome.
He asked for it. Where's my point? Where's my point? There's your point, Big Al. You got a point.
hey, and also good for participating in a real tournament, in a real predictions tournament.
Yeah. There you go. However, Big Al tied with another mainstay in the 5th place tie, and that being Bogey. Shoot, that's right. One man band, I forgot to tell you.
Wait.
I forgot to tell you. But one man band, while you were gone, Phil, cut it out with the sound effects. This is serious. All right. We can't be clowning around here. All right. Now, while one man band was away, the studio did get hit with a storm. Our records department lost a bunch of photos that we have for participants, and just one of them, we managed to recover most of it. Just one participant's file folder was like screwed up. I don't have any more photos, so we're just cycling out stock photos of something close enough to that looks like them. It works, folks. You know,
It's weird because it was in a computer in the back room in the basement, and I don't know how the lightning got in there, but it did.
Lou, I don't know what the janitor told you. It was flooding. It was slight flooding. Okay? This is Florida. Okay. That said, let's move on.
I heard from the cleaning lady the dog came in and started chewing the computer.
Yikes.
All right, we have a 3-way tie for 5th place. It's between once again the randomizer, Big Al, and Bogey. Props to them. And behind them is Jay Few at 1 point.
1.
And then
1.
everyone else is at 0, including viewers like you. So if you want to submit picks, folks, we make it pretty simple. Submit it in the chat. Submit it in the comments. We're listening. We're paying attention. And that said, I would like to remind everybody who is, easily upset or something like that. I will make this statement one more time for people who might have been away for this time. But I just wanted to say, people, listen, remember, here at TFSPOD, we like to joke around. Even though Lou did copy my picks, that doesn't really mean that he's, just coasting as champion. These are just jokes.
Negative.
And while Bogey is indeed a 3rd-rate clown with a 4th-rate tourney that is essentially a copy and paste of our formula that has been made overly convoluted, well, just remember, folks, when we point that out, it's just jokes. Really funny jokes. Just like Lou's title reign.
Yeah.
Whoa! What the heck? Why am I getting hit out of here?
Lou, once again, we gotta reel it in. You're the real rivalry. I'm not taking a side detour to fight some undercard chump. But anyways, that's the scoreboard. Back to you, Lou.
All right, yeah. In the bank, and first off, what was the first match we had in this stuff?
The first match, we didn't have any pre-show matches. It was the men's Money in the Bank match. Started the show.
Now, why? Why? That's my thing. It's like, why they have that?
My main argument's gonna be because I'm gonna say it. Even though both Money in the Bank matches were good, I'm gonna say it. The men's Money in the Bank match was the better Money in the Bank match.
Right? It was
the better Money in the Bank ladder match, anyways. And essentially, the main argument I could say as to why they started the show off this way was twofold. I want to say, one, start off on a high note. Two, if people got upset about LA Knight not winning, spoiler alert for people who don't know, they would have an entire show to let it out of their systems before the main event matches. So that's the only thing I got. That being said, really good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, but
the one spot that I want to shout out to is, and they're making a rivalry out of it following it, is the Logan Paul Ricochet spot where they're both on top of the ladder.
Oh, yeah.
They get pushed over, and it's pretty obvious the spot was supposed to be they land on the ropes, and Ricochet does a springboard Spanish fly through the table with Logan Paul. They kind of lost their footing.
Oof.
And it was going to be a crazy spot to land anyway. So
did Logan Paul hit his head?
It looked like they landed awkwardly. I think Logan Paul did hit his head. I'm surprised. I'm both surprised and relieved nobody got injured during that spot severely, because that could have gone poorly.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yep.
Very good spot. Very surprising. They gave us that nice little tease at the end there where LA Knight was so close. The crowd.
Oh my God.
OMB, I know you didn't get to catch it live because you were on vacation. But
Right.
The crowd was super hot for LA Knight. They wanted him to win. They wanted him to win like it was nobody's business.
Yeah,
Okay,
I had heard that he was red hot. That they were like, yeah, he's gonna be the one.
I mean, yes.
I have a question.
Everybody but the randomizer picked LA Knight to win. It was.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. When has on a Money in the Bank match? I'm trying to think about it because I remember in the past we wanted Shinsuke. Did we get that one at that time when we wanted him to get it? No.
The closest one I could think of is Miz winning it, because when he won it in 2010, believe it or not, he was really popular with the internet wrestling crowd. And that was back when Money in the Bank was its own pay-per-view, and they had two separate Money in the Bank winners for Raw and SmackDown. So what they used to do was, and this was the joke that they would make, it would be you'd have the guy who wins Money in the Bank for one brand would be the this is a company person that we're doing a nod to, like a legend or a veteran or somebody that this is the storyline we're going with, whether you like it or not. And then the other guy that would win would be somebody that the internet likes, or all those smarks like, which is why you had combos where it'd be like, yeah, Miz wins and then Kane wins, or what's another one? That's one that stands in my mind, but that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not often. It's not often. I'm worried. LA Knight might get the Zack Ryder treatment, especially considering he was not on Friday Night SmackDown this week.
Oh yeah, that's true.
At Madison Square Garden, I'm like, damn, they're trying to like lower the expectations.
Now, post Money in the Bank, what's happened on Raw?
Remember, LA Knight is
with Damian Priest.
Oh, right. So Damian Priest won the match. Jeez, we forgot to mention that. Damian Priest won the Money in the Bank ladder match by choke slamming her. He kind of he basically took out LA Knight and then won the briefcase. On the event, you had a tease where he would cash in, which cost his stablemate the match. We'll get into that in a bit. And then we also had a match between Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio. On the main event of Raw, Damian Priest looked like he was going to cash in, and the person who ended up costing Damian Priest the cash in, arguably, was Finn Balor coming out to attack Seth Rollins. He ended up getting pushed onto Damian Priest, who in the scuffle, Seth Rollins was able to get away. But essentially, Damian Priest has some tension with Finn Balor there over cashing in. There's a lot of speculation that we might see a rematch between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. Time will tell.
Let's see.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Am I happy with Damian Priest winning it and with the storyline they're giving us? Do they have to go through this? Because they could have had a big split up between Judgment Day without having to have Damian Priest win the title.
Win the briefcase, you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
I think it's very telling that Damian Priest did get a title shot against Seth Rollins on a Raw a couple weeks ago. Now that I'm thinking about it, and it came up short, but I think they were very pleased with the performance he gave, and they were like, "Oh yeah, let's give this guy the briefcase." That must be where they put the plan in. But it wasn't necessary. He could have done it without the briefcase. LA Knight,
right,
was putting killer promos with that briefcase, I think.
And this one was 20 minutes and 25 seconds, so second longest match of the night.
Second longest match of the night. The longest match of the night was not a Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
Wrap your minds around that, folks. Wait until you hear what the main event was. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go to the next match.
Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez.
Very interesting surprise here. We had Liv Morgan, returning champs, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez challenging recently unified women's tag team champions, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And look, let's cut to the chase here. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez won after Shayna Baszler just essentially pulled the most random betrayal on Ronda Rousey and just took her out after tagging her back in. The spot was Raquel was down on the outside. Liv was solo in the ring with Shayna. Shayna was basically like, yeah, you're screwed. You're beat up. We got you. She tags in Ronda Rousey that tells her, finish the job. Ronda gets in front of Shayna. She's focused entirely on Liv Morgan. Shayna comes from behind, puts her in a submission hold, and basically takes her out. Completely blindsides Ronda Rousey and abandons her in mid-ring, leaving Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to just pick up the scraps and win back the titles.
Oh boy.
I want to ask the one-man band the question. One-man band.
Yeah.
What do you think they're doing with this stuff, with this women's tag team title? I mean, okay, fine. Now we have Liv Morgan, but what are they doing? What do you think?
Be honest with you, I don't think they know exactly what they're doing. I don't think they know at all. They're
right.
They're kind of lost in the shuffle. I mean, the last credible tag team that they had, in my opinion, was Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
And then you saw that debacle, what happened, and they I mean, all that.
Last credible tag team. I'm sorry. The last credible tag team was the Iconics.
Well, okay. They were champs before Bayley and Sasha Banks. That's what I meant.
No, actually, they were the ones that won it off Bayley and Sasha Banks.
Oh, was it? Okay, then that shows how long ago that was. That was 2019. I do remember that.
2019, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I take that back. They were the second to last credible tag team there. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. I think.
Well, you know
what it
that
is-
the Iconics were, I think, a true tag team, and Sasha and Bailey was a put together strong.
Well, the thing is, remember, Sasha Banks and Bailey had a lot of history together. So remember, they're considered two. They were considered two of the four horsewomen. So right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Am I correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So
they have
you know,
history.
And those NXT
yeah, since NXT
matches.
so they were great. But I don't know. I just don't. I don't think WWE knows exactly what they're doing with that. And aside from that, they don't have a lot of women's tag teams. I mean, there's not a lot of women to go around. So yeah, they have for singles.
No, and they even brought up two from NXT from during the draft.
I was gonna say, how dare you imply that Shotzi Blackheart and Natalia are not a true tag team and just a randomly thrown together pair of singles competitors.
Yeah.
That is an affront to tag team wrestling.
That is a jobber tag team.
I mean, yeah, it's just there's no. Oh yeah, you guys are a tag team now. I'm like, what?
There's just no continuity to it, you know. So
The plan was originally for Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to hold the title, and then later on they were supposed to lose it to Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, but because they got hurt.
That cannot have been the plan.
I read that somewhere, some rumor things.
I don't believe that. I do not believe that whatsoever. And here's why. What happened after WrestleMania? The showcase match winners, that being the Street Profits, got a tag team title match on the Raw after Mania. Mm-hmm. What did Liv Morgan and Raquel did not win the showcase tag team match? That was Shayna and Ronda Rousey. They won, but Shayna got injured. So what happened? Instead, they did, we're going to do basically a randomly thrown together two tag teams from the showcase match are going to face each other, and then they're going to face Lita and Becky Lynch. And the plan was Lita and Becky are going to lose it through Trish turning on them and stuff like that, which causes Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez to win it. But that was clearly a match that was meant to be like, heels were wrestling Becky and Trish, and then that turn happens. Not Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez's faces win it by heelish means. So,
all right.
My argument is the destination was always going to be Shayna versus Rousey at SummerSlam, but the way they ended up going to it ended up getting like wonky and wobbly on the way there because people would get injured in and out. And I just want to point out the very, very fun fact here that Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan are now two-time tag team champions, and on both occasions they've won it because the opposing team imploded during the match.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way they win the tag titles, by a betrayal happening by the champions.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our third matchup here. First off, how many days is Gunther have that title? Is he trying to go for a record on that one too?
I would hope so. He's very close to the Honky Tonk Man's record because he is currently, I believe last time I checked, I'm looking it up now. Last time I checked, he was like 2 months away from it. Let's see where he's at now in terms of days.
I hope he beats like what's that guy again? The music guy again? Elias.
The music guy.
Rick Boogs. Oh yeah, Rick Boogs too. I thought it beats like someone music related, just like a nod to Honky Tonk Man.
Rick Boogs.
Oh guys,
yeah.
That's funny. He beats up Rick Boogs. He's like, I'm gonna beat you up. Here we go. Gunther
beat Matt Riddle.
No, that's combined days. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't remember Wade Barrett holding the title for that long. It's just his combined title reigns put together. Damn it. Why is this so difficult to look through? Look, Gunther is at 392 days on his single title reign.
Wow, so he's already past a year.
Yeah.
The Honky Tonk Man's reign is recognized as he has passed the year. The Honky Tonk Man reign is recognized as 539. 453 days. I was looking at something else.
What is it again?
453 days.
That would take him to summer. That would actually no. That would take him to not past SummerSlam. It would
just about. It would actually be exactly.
Hold on. What is it again? I didn't have a
It
connection.
would take him past SummerSlam.
No problem here.
All right, Lou. Honky Tonk Man has 453 days in his legendary title reign as Intercontinental Champion. 453 days. Gunther is 61 days away from breaking that.
All right, yeah, folks. I don't know if you can hear them, but I cannot hear them right now.
Bum bum bum.
Oh boy.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll carry the show. We'll carry the show, Lou. You work it out. You work it out on
those kinks. Work out those kinks, good sir.
We'll work it out. But yeah, 61 days for Gunther to reach the title reign. And
so that would take him to like Night of Champions if in September, right?
Yeah, basically to September.
Yeah. That's
the and obviously Night of Champions, you got to have a title reign, title defense.
Yeah.
So there's that. That said, Gunther had one heck of a match with Riddle. And basically it's not that all right. Basically this was a consensus pick. So Woman Van, you also knew Gunther was going to win. And what was your reasoning, would you say? Because I can give you my reasoning, but
I think with Gunther more than anything, like they've really put a lot of trust in him. I think, and with Gunther more than anything. Oh man, I can hear my echo.
Oh man.
With Gunther, I can tell you, like, ever since he won, well, not won, but he was runner up for the Royal Rumble. Like, obviously, the WWE has put a lot of trust in him, and they've basically strapped the rocket to his back as far as like, hey, you're gonna be a big deal. Like, besides literally, you're gonna be a big deal. And
besides literally.
Yeah. Besides literally, he's gonna be a big deal, and it's shown because he's really had some great outings. With Drew McIntyre, with Sheamus, now with Matt Riddle. I truly feel like they do want to erase the Honky Tonk Man's record, because I know the Honky Tonk Man and the WWE don't have a good relationship anymore. So I'm pretty sure that they'd like to put that out. And Gunther's been a great hand, and he's just been a great entertainer and competitor. You remember when he lost the title to Ilya Dragunov.
That match.
Yeah.
I still stand by the fact that I think Gunther should have gone 1,000 days, but that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, I in hindsight, that would have been nice too, that had they done that. I mean, I won that match, but Gunther looked great in defeat still, even then. So nothing to be ashamed about. So I think it's mainly because of that I think they have a lot of trust in him, and I think they want him to break the IC record, and then I think eventually, like, he might have a world title shot in his future.
Oh, without a doubt, dude. He's already on point to closing it. I got to be honest. Drew McIntyre looks like one heck of a competitor that could easily unseat Gunther at SummerSlam, because that's where they're going with it. McIntyre versus Gunther. I could see Drew getting close and maybe pulling it off. But that said, he's already beaten the longest time in a traditional Royal Rumble that Rey Mysterio had. If he beats the IC record, there is no reason why Gunther can't can't be in line for a world title match. Maybe not against Reigns. I don't know. I don't know if that works with the current character Reigns has, but definitely in a match against Rollins, I would be interested in seeing that match. But in terms of Money in the Bank, Riddle lost by submission, and this was the shortest match of the night.
Yikes! Wow.
All right, we're gonna progress on to the next match, which, well, I mean, I want to hear your thoughts on this, but it's Cody Rhodes going up against Dominic Mysterio with Rhea Ripley at ringside, and it's pretty obvious Cody Rhodes isn't gonna finish the story anytime soon with Reigns. Because he took a detour with Dominic, and now on the Raw after Mania, the Raw after Money in the Bank, you had Cody Rhodes getting interrupted by Brock Lesnar, so it looks like they're reigniting that feud for SummerSlam. So there's that, and essentially Cody Rhodes he won the match pretty handedly. There was a lot of shenanigans with Rhea Ripley getting involved at ringside.
I'm not surprised by that.
But it was just, I like the Rhea Ripley thing. I feel like it's setting up for something, and I'm hoping it's that Randy Orton comes back and RKO's her.
Man.
just because she specifically keeps getting in the way of people that are trying to get at Dominic. So it's like yeah, she gets in front of them, and then she's like, yeah, what are you gonna do? Hit me? I'm a girl. And then she throws them against the steel steps or pulls their leg enough so Dominic can drop kick them. And it's just nuts that happens.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Lou, you're back. Oh, thank goodness you talked to the sound guy.
Long story, but I was listening to it. I
could hear echoes of yelling. I hope Phil's not in trouble.
And if you hear fire trucks and stuff, don't worry about it. I already put extinguisher fire.
Jesus.
Oh my God. This guy. Well, Lou, since you're already in a bad mood, let's talk about your thoughts on Cody Rhodes having a match with Dominic at Money in the Bank.
Why are we having this match? Another detour for the stupid story. Oh, the story. Get out of here with that crap.
I knew he was going to go off on it. Oh, man.
Okay. Oh, Brock Lesnar. I was hoping to see Brock Lesnar, but I guess he must have been stopped at customs or something in London because he didn't show up. I was expecting that to happen. I was all hyped up for that stuff too, by the way.
I was expecting that too. You're right. We did go Dominic Mysterio on this. We went Dominic Mysterio thinking, oh yeah, Lesnar's going to come back, attack Cody Rhodes, and set up the match.
And I like your argument too, by the way, for Dominic winning it because it would make him look good. You know, like I beat Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is pissed off.
Yes,
it would have worked out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It makes more sense for Dominic to fight Seth Rollins, the world champion, on the Raw after Money in the Bank. If he's like, yeah, I beat Cody Rhodes. He was challenging for a title not too long ago. I'm a big deal. You can't beat me, Seth. And then, have that. No. Well, it didn't do anything for Cody is what I'm saying. Yeah, you beat a guy who's simping to Rhea Ripley. We get it.
And then you tied all that up by having that Raw show. The Raw
where Brock Lesnar comes back. Yeah, where Brock Lesnar comes back anyways to feud with Rhodes.
I couldn't make it through custom, so I didn't do it here.
So I'm doing it now. Oh, much love, Lou. Cody Rhodes is like, yeah, I'll complete that story eventually, Lou. Just sit tight. All right. Let's get to the women's Money in the Bank match, which woman band, you might actually get this reference. We had some handcuff shenanigans where two competitors had their hands handcuffed together.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
So if you remember, that's how one time your good pal Ginger Castro, better known as Sami Zayn, got a win in a ladder match. So it looks like they're doing a little bit of a homage there. And the way it worked was we had a lot of back and forth between everybody. Becky Lynch and Zelina Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Zoe Stark were going at it. Becky eventually neutralized Trish and Zoe, but they put handcuffs on her at one point. Like they got it on one wrist and then they didn't handcuff her or anything. So she was just fighting with handcuffs. Zelina Vega got eliminated at some point or like taken out of the equation. And then it goes down to Bayley and Becky Lynch going up the ladder. And with Io Sky like getting involved every now and again. And then at some point while they were along the middle of the ladder, Io Sky got the handcuffs from Becky and then grabbed the other half and handcuffed Bayley to Becky through the ladder rungs.
Yeah.
So they couldn't keep climbing up. And essentially Io was like, all right, there you go. You're both neutralized. And then she climbed over both of them to get the briefcase. And she was at the top, and all Becky and Bayley could do was just stand there on the rungs looking up like, geez, we can't do anything. Because we're handcuffed together.
On SmackDown, what was the outcome of this? Or was it SmackDown, or was it no? Yeah,
it was SmackDown. It was tonight on SmackDown. So remember, Io can cash in on either champ, and apparently, since Damage Control is on SmackDown, it looks like, Io came out during a segment where Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Charlotte Flair were brawling. So Io came out with the briefcase, attacked Asuka while Bianca and Charlotte were fighting at ringside in the other side.
Mm-hmm.
She had Bayley with her. Bayley hit her finisher onto the briefcase, onto Asuka. Io Sky went for the moonsault and then immediately got beaten up by both Bianca and Charlotte Flair, who took out her and Bayley. Kudos to Charlotte Flair hitting a big boot onto the briefcase with heels on.
Huh.
That's pretty brutal, I would say. But yes, Io Sky, from the looks of it, her first attempt at cashing in didn't really go exactly as planned. But she's got a whole year for it. I personally am tired of people cashing in like immediately after Money in the Bank. I used to like the long waits. I think they're just tired of getting it through the airport. So they're just like, can I just get rid of this briefcase?
Well, you imagine them walking around with it everywhere?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because not since Carmella has a woman hold the briefcase for longer than, I want to say, 4 months. Most of them get rid of it on the same night, to be honest.
I know, right?
That's true.
And it's just like, dude, what are you doing? But whatever. Next match was, and we alluded to this earlier, Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor. And Rollins, my boy, got in thanks to a bit of a distraction from Damian Priest. That said, what did you think, Lou? Since you're back, this should cool you off.
Well, I missed it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you missed it. Get out of here. Get out of here.
I fast-forwarded through it because I just didn't think that it was going to be a big match on this one.
That's just insulting to Finn Balor and to Seth Rollins. Granted,
I'm more insulting Finn Balor in this one. I'm just going to say it like that.
Yeah. All right. Look. So Jeff had a pretty good theory on this that I want to share. He says that they're probably going to do because Finn has the inaugural Universal title reign that lasted less than 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So the theory he posited was, he says, I think Finn's going to get a rematch at SummerSlam, the same event that in 2016 Seth and him fought at. Finn's going to win it, and then immediately get cast in on by Damian Priest, so that it has an even shorter title reign with a different championship. And I was like, that's just I don't know what Finn did to somebody backstage, but could you imagine? It's like, well, I know you're mad that your inaugural Universal title reign didn't play out, Finn, but don't worry, we'll make it up to you. We're gonna get rid of that record. We're gonna get rid of that record. Oh, someone's gonna have a shorter Universal title reign? No, you're gonna have an even shorter title reign with a different title.
I think you're right on this. I think it's like some petty battle. I think Finn Balor must have cut the line at the catering area on a rider, and it's just punishing him.
Oh my god!
I like the theory of how Vince books stuff. He if somebody pisses him off, he's just like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna make him lose a bunch of times. Like they cut him off in traffic. He's just like, oh yeah.
I know who you like.
Remember this.
I'm gonna make him lose. I know who you like.
You like this person? Yeah, don't worry. They're gonna lose.
Why am I losing so much? Someone cut him off in line. Someone cut him off in traffic.
And they had an LA Night bumper sticker in the back of their car.
No, maybe on an LA night during LA when for the holiday thing, on a night something pissed him off.
It doesn't even have anything to do. It doesn't even have anything to do with LA Night. It's just he's recalling to the time he was in Los Angeles at night.
Yeah.
If something bad happened on a night in LA, and every time they say LA Night, it reminds him of it. So that's why he does.
And he gets PTSD. He says, "Oh yeah, that's that one time." Jeez.
But please do not kill LA Knight with all these things, man. The fans love him. Come on, man. You got something good.
Don't give him the Zack Ryder treatment. Don't give him the Zack Ryder treatment.
Roll with
it. Or the Zach Gowen treatment. Please, not the Zach Gowen treatment.
Oh yeah. All right, so let's go with the next matchup, the Bloodline, which we also have another update on that one.
Main event match. A non-title tag team match. That was the main event.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Bloodline Civil War, tag team. This feud has been in the making for over 3 years. Technically, since the moment the Usos were born. But
I say with Solo, it's in the moment he was born is right where we started.
That's all right. With Solo being born, he is younger. Fine. Look. I'm not going to say this is a bad match. This was an amazing match. But if you want to rewatch it, the match is over a half hour long. It's 32 minutes, 10 seconds. If you skip the first 15 minutes of the match, you ain't missing much. Because it is really slow paced. The first half of the match is mostly Solo and Reigns just getting win, like dominating, and they just hitting very generic moves. There's nothing crazy. There's a lot of trash talking, a little bit of ring psychology. Oh, Roman tagged in, and he made Solo tag him in, and then immediately upon getting tagged in, the Usos almost double super kicked his face in. That kind of psychology. But aside from that, the first half of the match is just basic, like heels are dominating and getting the shine there. Usos can't get out of the block. But the second half of the match has so many callbacks to this rivalry.
1, 2,
No. That needs perspective. I want you to understand. Roman tweeted, and he tweeted a picture of Edge and Daniel Bryan being stacked up and pinned at his first ever WrestleMania title defense. And he said, tonight I'm going to go back to basics. Stack them, no. He said something, slam them, spike them, stack them, win. Just like that. He was going to demolish the Usos. And we had this spot. And it was Reigns, Solo spikes Jimmy. He sets up Jay for the spike. And when he sets him up, Reigns also hits a spear at the same time that Solo hits the spike, right? Onto Jay. Jay's down. Solo doesn't take that long, but it does cost him a couple seconds. He does drag Jimmy also. Puts him on top of Jay. He tells him, stack him up. Reigns goes for the pin on both of them stacked up.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. They both kick out. And I kid you not, Reigns sits down in the ring, and he looks like he's about to cry because he doesn't believe it. what's happening. What the whole plan just completely falls apart. And Solo's the one that almost like one of that, like when Sammy got kicked out of the bloodline type of thing. There's no crying in the bloodline spot. So I wanted Solo to call back to that and say, "What are you doing? There's no crying in the bloodline." But either way, he tells him, "No, we gotta do this. We gotta do this." They keep beating up the Usos. At some point, Reigns loses it, and he says, "All right, Solo, put Jimmy on the announce table. Put Jimmy on the announce table, and splash him from the barricade." He goes for the spot. Reigns is watching from inside the ring. Solo goes for the splash, misses it. Jimmy gets out of the way. Solo's out of the picture. Reigns is completely doesn't know what to do. He turns around, super kick from Jay. Jay looks like he's about to hit another super kick. Reigns evades it, hits the spear. Jimmy is nowhere in sight to break this pin. So I thought to myself, "Oh shoot, we got our moment of hope. One man band's gonna get the point."
Oh yeah.
He picked the bloodline. I kid you not, it looked like any other spot. Jay takes a spear. Reigns goes for the pin. 1, 2. Jay kicks out, but he doesn't just kick out. He does that kick out that Reigns has been doing for freaking years against the faces, where he raises his arm and low blows Reigns away from the ref's view, which was a brilliant freaking move. That was great long-term storytelling. Reigns is on his knees. He's got that face like, I just got hit in the balls. Like, what the heck's going on?
Yep.
Both the Usos are in the ring. Double super kick. Reigns gets up again. Double super kick. They both go for it. Jay goes for the splash. 1, 2, 3. Bloodline Usos are the ones.
Yep. Pinning Reigns. Now, an update on it on SmackDown on Friday after Money in the Bank, we had
you give that recap.
We had the rain. We had I guess what is it? Tribal court.
Tribal court.
Where the Usos were trying to say, I don't know what they were trying to accuse Roman Reigns of, but I guess give up the power.
Oh.
They were basically saying he was unfit to be tribal chief. They basically, the whole exhibit was Reigns just completely treating people like garbage. They had the image of him firing Paul Heyman and then Superman punching Paul Heyman. Yep. They had all the moments of him pushing the Usos, shoving them in the face, pie facing them. All the times that he yelled at Solo and scolded Solo, made him tag him. All that stuff.
By the way, this was to start the show. Like, how long was this segment? It's like more than half an hour. That segment was more than half an hour.
It went to about half an hour.
Garden.
It was so long. It was so long. They had a commercial break.
Oh my god!
And the funny thing I think is, I'm thinking those poor New Yorkers. They went to MSG to watch wrestling, a sporting entertainment, and they got a Broadway play. In the middle of Madison Square Garden.
Hey, I will say this. Screw what they told Sammy. There is crying in the bloodline because Roman Reigns cried before he low-blowed Jay.
That was pretty good.
He cried.
I was impressed. I was like, wow, he really cried.
I don't know. I don't know what emotions he was digging into, what memories he's digging into. He was probably remembering times that Jay took his sandwich or something.
Well, Reigns took off the necklace, put it on Jay. And then he got on his knees, and then he gave a low blow. That was open. That's all to open the show with, which is really exciting. And then they attacked. And then who's it? Oh, and then Reigns and Solo. They attacked Jimmy. So Reigns and Solo attacked Jimmy and Jay, and throwing him through a table, the announcer's table, or to start off the show. They did the spot
that Solo missed on at Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah, the table never broke. You're right. And this one it did break. So yeah, and then to end the show, we had Jay attack Reigns and Sikoa with a steel chair and challenge Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship. So let's see where this stuff takes us. This bloodline now, where now the
he didn't just challenge him. He didn't just challenge him. Jay's line was perfect. He said, "I hope you accept my challenge because I want to whoop your ass again."
My only critique is, internet had me all wound up and everything, and I was
Internet. You
I
can
want to see
call
The
me
Rock.
out by name. I was the one that I was
Ric-Hard,
the one that said,
yes, I want to say it. Ric-Hard.
I was the one.
had me
I said I think this is leading up to The Rock versus Reigns at SummerSlam. And sure enough, no, we don't get it. We don't get it because either The Rock doesn't want to come back and have a match with his cousin, or who knows, they probably really think it's good enough to do a Rock versus Reigns for the championship at WrestleMania, which it is not. Do not do that for the title. WWE, I don't know if you're listening. Don't do that.
It's because we can't have nice things. That's why.
All I
cannot
know is
have nice things. You are so right, woman band. We can't have LA Knight as Money in the Bank winner. We can't have The Rock coming back. No, we can't have nice things. Lou, go ahead. What do you want to say?
we can have nice things. I just don't want you to get close to my title. I want to keep my title.
I already have one. Don't worry about it.